Hi friends! So I'm going to be doing quick little Portuguese tips. Some of you have been asking questions and I thought it would be great to have something more formal and on video so you could look back at it or refer to it as needed. Also, I'm doing this in YouTube format so you can leave comments and let me know what you think, and if there's anything that you'd like me to discuss or research more and share with you, please, I need ideas. Okay, so one idea I did have, I know Mikal was asking, how do you know how to pronounce D-E and D-I? What's the difference, because she's hearing it different ways, so I thought I would do a little informative thing. Okay, so just a few minutes. We're going to talk about D-E and D-I. I have this little whiteboard here. I'm going to be referring to mostly how they pronounce things in Brazil, and it's not 100% all of Brazil pronounces things this way, but the main part of Brazil, big cities like Sao Paulo and Rio, will pronounce it this way. Okay, so we got D-E, D-I, D-E, T-I, and T-E, and they have this kind of like J sound, G. This D-E, we might hear G or D, depending. Same thing with T-I, chi, or te, or chi, depending on the word. So a good rule of thumb is that D-I, anywhere in the word, whether it's at the beginning or the end, is going to have the G sound. It never changes. D-E is the only one that you hear different ways, and that's because at the end of the word it sounds like D-I, G, so idade, but in the middle of a word it has the D-E sound, so poder. In the middle of the word, D-E has the D sound, and then at the end of the word it has the G sound, so idade and poder. If we take the R off right there, it'd be pode. Similar with T-I and T-E. So we have the word in the middle of the word, T-I, or at the end, doesn't matter. It's always going to have this chi sound. So instinto. T-E is the same as D-E. Depends on where in the word it is. So what is that? Sente. At the end of the word, sente. It has the chi sound. But in the middle of the word, entender. Te sounds like te in the middle of a word. Alright, so I hope that helps. As I was putting this together, I realized that there are some words that may be a little different. So what are we going to do about that word? It's got the D-E, but it's got an S at the end. Is it humildes or humildes? Same thing here. D-E-S. Is it grandes or granges? Well, when it's a plural word, so we got the D-E plus an S at the end of the word, we're going to use the singular pronunciation. So it is humildes and grandes for plural words. Those are plural nouns, not necessarily verbs, but for nouns that would be true. Now, an alerta. Não usa onde não existe. So in English, we have these words that have that chi sound, situation, and naturally. And there may be other words too, I'm not sure. But you look at the words in Portuguese, they're very similar. They're almost spelled exactly the same except for the ending. So, but we might say, oh, yeah, I know how to say that. It's situação, naturalmente. But that's not how it's pronounced in Portuguese. This TU, they don't do that chi sound. It's situação and naturalmente. naturalmente. Sorry. There's no chi there. Okay? So just a little tip. Again, a good resource for how to pronounce words, whether it's in Brazilian Portuguese or in Portuguese Continental, is to listen to JW Language or JW Library app and play sounds. Play the files or the magazines or whatever and listen to the recordings from the publications. It's a great way. Okay, so please leave me your comments. Tell me what you thought, if this is something that you would be interested in, or if there's anything specific that I can address for you. That'd be great. Okay, have a great night, everybody.